Hi everyone. Before going to the start the class, listen the class till then. Then only you are able to write the write the answer without sitting in front of the books for hours and hours. So let us start the class. Today's our topic is sole proprietorship. Solo means we all know only one. Proprietor we can also call as owner. Single owner or only one owner. And next, it is a very oldest form of business and most commonly used form of business. It is also known as individual proprietorship or single entrepreneur. It is also most commonly used form of business. This type of business we can see in our streets. What we do, if you observe, so many fruit sellers, vegetable sellers, fruit sellers like that, they are only one single seller or single entrepreneur. They are all comes under sole proprietorship. And next definition, coming to the definition, a type of business unit where one person is responsible for providing the capital and bearing the risk of enterprise and for the management of business. In this type of business, only one person is provides the capital and he has to bear the loss of the enterprise, and no other persons or partners in this. He has to bear the risk or profit himself only. And this definition is given by J.L. Hansen. And coming to the futures of sole proprietorship, individual, number one, individual initiative. Only single person. All are taken by single person. He has to provide capital. He has to provide a land. Everything. All the factors of production are to be provided by himself only. No other persons in this. Individual initiative means no anything must be provided by himself only. He has to take the initiative. And second one, single ownership. Only one owner, no other persons. He is a owner, single owner. And third one, less legal formalities. There are very less legal formalities to start this type of businesses. That means registration of not registration, licenses, getting license for some businesses, like that only. Best examples is kirana stores and stationery shops in our near our house are the best examples for this. There are so many very less formalities for such type of businesses to start. So very less legal formalities to start this type of businesses. And coming to the fourth one, unlimited liability. The liability of this type of businesses extended to the private properties of the owner. Unlimited liability means he has to pay over the credits from his private properties. And coming to the next one, secrecy. Secrecy is the main feature of this type of business. Yes, he is the only one person in this type of businesses. He maintains each and every aspect of his business secretly. And coming to the sixth one, no separate entity. In this type of business, the business and the owner is treated as only one entity. No separate entity for the business and for the owner. And coming to the next one, management and control. Management and control. He has to manage the sole proprietor or the single entrepreneur has to manage everything. He has to manage each and everything, and he has to control whether it may be finance or expenditure or anything. He has to control everything. And coming to the advantages, what are the advantages? First one is easy to form. This type of business is very easy to form, and as they did not as they require very less legal formalities, it is very easy to form such type of businesses, and it's very easy to wind up such type of businesses also. And coming to the second one, quick decisions. As there is only one single ownership, It's very easy to take decisions. Quick decisions are taken in this type of business. And coming to the third one, flexibility. Flexibility, they can move from or they can change their nature of business from one place to another place, or can they change the nature of business at any time. At any time, such type of businesses can change their nature according to the demand. For example, what we observe in fruit sellers or something, or sellers near our house, they change their business according to the season, no? In the festival season, they sell someone, and in the other season, they sell someone. Like that, they are very flexible. They can change their they can change their business according to demand patterns. And coming to the direct motivation. In this, as there is only one single owner, he has to bear all the losses or profits. If he works more, he can earn more. That's all. Direct relationship in efforts and earnings. He works more, he earns more. And coming to the next, personal contact with customers. In this type of business, they have personal contact with the customers. They deal with the customers directly. And next, easy to raise finance. In this type of business, they can raise finance easily because they are known to that they are very well known in that locality or in that area. They have a goodwill. So with the help of that, they can raise funds from the outside easily. And coming to the next one, self-employment. You see, in the society, all the people who have educated or completed of their graduations or studies, they may not get the jobs. At that time, this type of business helps them to provide self-employment. So these are the advantages. And next we are going to disadvantages. Everything has advantages and disadvantages, no? Now we are going to see the disadvantages. What are the disadvantages of sole proprietorship? Very limited resources. They have very limited resources. They have to secure funds from their own family. They have to secure funds from their own family. If they want to raise funds from outside, what they do? They have to go for banks. Did banks give? Whenever we ask, they ask for security. Can they provide security? No. So, they have very limited resources. And next, limited managerial ability. As we have said from the first, only one man show. He has to manage, he has to control, and everything must be done by him, no? So, very limited managerial ability. And every function must be lead by this person only. He can't get expertise decision he can't be expert in every function. So there must be limited managerial ability. And coming to the third one, unlimited liability. We have already discussed it. Unlimited liability in features, no? The liability is extended to his private property also. He has to pay the creditors from his private property also. This is the major disadvantage of sole proprietorship. And coming to the fourth one, uncertain continuity. For example, if the person dies or the sole proprietor dies, what happens? It may lead to the closing of the business. It leads to discontinuity of the business. So, uncertain continuity means that. And coming to the fifth one, wrong decisions. Wrong decisions may taken why he didn't have any, he can't go for professional or experts advices. So, he has to take his own decisions, and wrong decisions may taken, and sometimes it may lead to the loss. And coming to the sixth one, not suitable for large scale operations. This type of business, this form of business is not suitable for large scale of operations because all are limited in this finance, experts decisions, managerial abilities, everything is limited. Everything are limited in this type of form of business. So we can't go for large scale of operations in this type of business. That's all. Okay, everyone understood? Okay.